Good morning and welcome back. Now, on Fridays, one of the segments I look forward to the most is fashion because, well, by now you know we have to pick and choose what we're going to wear for the show, and it just takes us into that world of fashion in so many different ways. We have to understand what different brands represent and before we put them on. Like what I'm wearing today, yeah, this represents me. But we're going to be having a conversation with an amazing designer this morning. Her name is Banke Kuku. Now, she has been on the scene for quite a while, and in 2020, things just blew up. Let's hear her journey this morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now first of all, what you're wearing it's exquisite. I love it.
Thank you.
So I feel like this is two different types of fabric.
Yes, it
with
is.
Adire used to make patterns on it.
Yes.
Please tell me which types of fabric are here.
So this is silk, which is like my staple fabric.
Okay.
And then this is like a tulle. So I actually design digital prints.
Wow.
And so I apply them onto different textures.
Okay.
So this is actually a digital printed adire. So it's not hand done. Yeah.
That is special, extremely unique, but it also sounds extremely expensive. Is that true?
Well, our prices are, associated with our costs. So yes, it is,
Darling, but the issue is that this will be a statement piece in your wardrobe for a very, very long time.
Yes, it is.
And I would probably be able to wear it over and over again.
Yes, yes.
Now, I have to talk about how fashion for you began.
Yes.
What were your first set of designs? And what did fashion mean to you at that time?
So I kind of, so I'm a trained textiles designer.
Okay.
And I started with designing textiles for brands.
Okay.
I lived in London. I was working in fashion houses there. And
Okay.
then I was also sort of freelancing for other fashion brands
Amazing.
within Nigeria as well. And then I started with my own interior line because I was working with fashion brands. I kind of didn't want to I wanted to kind of do something different that would take me away from what they were doing. So I would design like cushions and curtains
Okay.
and rugs. I sold out of a trade show in Paris twice a year.
Wow.
And my pieces were, we sold everywhere. We sold in Japan, Australia.
Amazing.
Different places. And then I moved back to Nigeria, and my customers loved my prints, and they just kept saying to me, Banke, you got to do this on like something like fashion, something that we can wear out because I love your prints. And so I did like one kaftan for a customer, and she loved it, and some of her friends started liking it. So I was like, okay, I seem to be moving towards fashion, but I want something to sort of complement my interior because that was really where I was.
Yeah.
So I started doing loungewear, so pieces you could wear at home, and that would sort of match your interiors.
Yeah.
And so I would do like pajamas and robes and
But don't tell me this was like curtain matching the rugs kind of situation.
no, it was to complement.
Okay. Compliment.
To complement. So it
I
wasn't
like
the same
that.
print, but
So,
just something that you would still feel like you still feel stylish at home.
Okay.
And in your space.
Yeah.
And the aesthetic would still match my interior line, so it could fuse together, so it wasn't so separate, you know.
I love the idea of working on textiles, but we've come to a point, especially in Nigeria, that importing textiles has become extremely challenging, especially with the FX situation going on. So maintaining standards, making sure you're able to give out the same quality over and over again must be a lot of pressure. How have you been able to handle that?
It is a lot of pressure. I mean, I've been doing this for a really long time.
Okay.
So I've worked with suppliers that for like 15 years. So and textiles is my passion. So I love the challenge, and I love understanding the industry more, learning about new techniques and what people are doing abroad, and sort of bringing that to Nigeria. So for me, I love it. So that's what I do.
Okay, so every designer probably maybe once a year has some statement pieces.
Yes.
Key looks, designs, sometimes series, not series.
Collections.
Collections,
Yeah.
so sorry.
That's okay.
Collections that they put out. You've mentioned kaftans. That's the only actual, structured design you've mentioned. What do you think 2024 is going to be about? You've talked loungewear, but what's 2024's collection going to be about?
I mean, we maintain our identity.
Okay.
So we design loungewear. So during COVID, it was stylish pieces you could wear at home.
Okay.
And when people started leaving their homes, we kind of made occasional loungewear.
Okay.
So we made it like very trendy to wear pajamas outside.
Oh, okay.
So we have really tried to own that aesthetic, and you know, and really stay true to that. So, I mean, 2024 for me looks like, how am I going to remix my pajamas, and how am I going to really, you know, make things more interesting, but still keeping within the same silhouettes, because that's what I do.
Now, there was a time that pajamas, trendy pajamas, was sort of, can I use the term, in vogue all over the world at some point. There was some very nice silk, satin, light, soft fabrics, soft colors that were going out. But fashion has a way of moving in cycles.
Yeah.
Have you ever been worried about that? Because COVID was a cycle where people needed loungewear, they were at home. Do you have any worries about what's to come since everyone's
that's why
outside?
we make our, so we don't just do pajamas, we do like slip dresses, we do robes. So we still build on our collections to sort of match what is going on in the world. With our pajamas, we have embellished pajamas. So we have
go ahead.
We have lots of different things, and yeah. So as the world moves, the collections evolve.
I can see some beautiful colors here, fantastic fabrics. Let's talk colors now. I've met a few designers who stick with some key color palettes.
Yes.
But there are some that are, you know, more risky. You know, like that combination of pink and aqua green. I'm not sure if I personally, as just a normal person picking something off the shelf, would pick that color. How have you been able to maintain a color palette, and who do you have in mind when you do?
So my color palette is really about what it's associated to what the collection is about.
Okay.
So for example, my latest collection is called Eden, and it's based on like the Garden of Eden, but told in a Nigerian way.
Okay.
So the colors are very much from plants and birds and, you know,
nature.
Yes, nature.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So so you wouldn't be going neon at any point.
Oh, we go neon.
You would.
We go
neon. I don't know if neon existed in the Garden of Eden.
No, that was
just saying.
Well, to be honest, you have neon highlights.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
We find a way to make it work.
We do. Yeah.
All right then. So now, do you ever foresee people wearing pajamas to the Oscars one day?
Why not?
Really?
Of course.
Okay.
Why not?
What would have to happen to a set of pajamas before I could wear it to such a huge event?
It could be embellished. You can wear it with something else. You can wear it with a robe.
Okay.
You can wear it, depends on the cut of the pajamas as well. Obviously, maybe not something so slouchy, maybe something a little bit more fitted, a little bit more feminine. You know, something a little bit more sexy, maybe some transparent areas. You know, you can make it really special.
I have to say thank you so much for coming to talk to us this morning. I'm really going to be looking out for all the amazing designs that you have. But what I would love for you to do is maybe one of these days, maybe you could come back with some of your models, because we want to really see these fabrics. We want to touch them and feel them. We want to, you know, actually really connect with what you have on the shelf. Well, speaking of on the shelf, ready to wear is a big deal now.
Yes.
Do you take orders based on, you know, what customers want, or do you just have some ready-made designs on the rack?
So we do have a store in Ikoyi where we do have pieces.
Okay.
And we also take orders as well.
Okay. You take orders, but I have to ask you, what is the craziest order that you've ever heard from a customer?
I've had quite a few.
You don't have to mention the customer's name.
No, I've had quite a few.
Judging.
But you know, every challenging order is a challenge for us. So it's something that I always learn from. So I like the challenging orders.
But there are some things that some designers would just never touch.
Of course, I always stay true to my aesthetic. That's the main thing. So when we say we take orders, it's still limited to what people can have. So you can choose your print, but you go with our styles. So exactly. So we have like a range of prints, and you can say, I want this print on this style. So you can't. There's only so much.
So, for instance, you have 2 different types of fabric on now.
Yes.
If, for instance, I wanted 2 different types of fabric, but 2 different prints.
Yes.
You would agree?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm such a print mixer.
Okay.
I'm wearing all one print at the moment for the impact.
Okay.
But
it is impactful.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm all about mixing prints. It's about it's about fun. Fashion is fun and joy. So I really believe in playing around just to express yourself.
I'm just going to touch on one thing. I've heard that AI is really, you know, entering the space, the fashion space right now. And the amazing creative brains that we have in our designers who put, you know, designs down on paper by hand. Do you have any anxiety about where AI is taking fashion? Do you have any worries about it affecting your business later on?
No, I mean, I definitely use AI within my business already, and it's helpful.
Okay.
Yes, there are some jobs that may be compromised, but then there will also be some jobs that will be, some new jobs that will evolve from it.
Okay.
So it's really about finding the balance
Okay.
and kind of allowing technology to assist us.
Okay, assist and not take over.
No, we still need humans. Fashion, just like how you said you wanted to see my work
want to
and
see the fabric.
feel it instead of seeing pictures. So there's still that very tactile nature in fashion. So,
All right then. Now I have to say thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
And what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
I think I should probably get one of my kids involved in what you do and see how I can groom her into, a fashion designer like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Now it's Friday and there's still so much more coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.